Hey everybody, Sean from Media Assault here, and I just wanted to do a quick review of the movie Thor. I just got back from the theater, just got my first opportunity to see it tonight, and just got back about an hour ago, and wanted to get my thoughts online. As most of you are probably already aware, this film was directed by Kenneth Branagh, and a lot of people have commented on how he's sort of bringing his Shakespearean edge to this film. And I can see a little bit of that. This is more of an introduction to the character, more so than it is an origin story. Because, Thor is based off, obviously, the Norse mythology and everything that goes around that. So you don't really get an origin of how he got to be the way he is. He just is the way he is. And the film does a really good job of sort of bridging the Marvel version of the mythology into the modern day world. I think they did a really good job with that. The story is actually really well done, and I do have to say that my expectations for this film were pretty low. I saw the trailer back in December on Tron Legacy, and I thought, man, this is just going to be another CGI heavy, bland, mediocre action film with a lot of flash but no substance. And, it may sound harsh for me to say that for something that's supposed to be, kind of light entertainment and a comic book movie, but I like my comic book movies, and I want them to be at least a little more than just, CGI crap. And I am pleasantly surprised, and I'm glad to say that Thor is definitely more than just CGI crap. It's a well-done story. Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, is very charismatic. He does a really good job. He has great chemistry with everybody that he shares the screen with. Tom Hiddleston, who plays Loki, is really good. And Loki as a villain in the current stable of Marvel films, I think he's probably the best villain so far. And I'm not including any of the Spider-Man films just because those now have been, the series is going to get rebooted, so they're not current anymore. But the villains that we've seen in Iron Man and Iron Man 2 and in The Incredible Hulk, they've been okay, but I think Loki is probably, is, in my opinion, the best villain we've gotten so far from the current stable of Marvel films. Natalie Portman's in this. She plays Jane, the sort of love interest. She's okay. She's not really given a whole lot to do in this film, and she does what she can with the part. And Anthony Hopkins is also in it, and I think this is sort of a case where he's brought in for name value. He does make an okay Odin, but he's certainly not, acting his butt off in this film. He's kind of resting on his reputation, but he does a good job, and he makes a very credible Odin. But I really don't think that this movie's pushing his talent at all. It sort of reminded me of his appearance in the Wolfman remake. Anthony Hopkins is in it, and he brings, his name brings a certain air with it, and you go, oh, it's Anthony Hopkins. It's the guy that played Hannibal Lecter. He's this great actor, and then he doesn't really do a whole lot except be Anthony Hopkins on screen, and that's kind of what he does here. And he really didn't have to do any more than that. He serves his purpose. The special effects that I was worried about, they're more than passable. They're very good in a lot of scenes. There were a few scenes that looked really CGI-y. And if you've watched my channel or you've read any of my reviews, I'm not a fan of CGI that looks like CGI. And when CGI is done well and it's done flawlessly and you can't tell it's, computer graphics, then it's okay in my opinion. And here, there's a couple of scenes where it's just obvious CGI, which is disappointing, but, what are you going to do? The acting is, again, nothing spectacular, but it definitely does the job. It's the story that's really the star here, I guess, with Chris Hemsworth's charisma and the storyline and the excellent villain we have in Loki. It kind of makes up for what I would perceive as sort of a lack of action. There's not a whole lot of opportunity for Thor to kick ass in this film. When he does, it's awesome, and I really want to see more of it, but there's just not quite enough of it. So I'm really hoping what that means is there's going to be a lot of Thor kicking some ass in the Avengers, which I'm really looking forward to after seeing this film. And that's really about all I have to say about it. I really, like I said, I wasn't looking forward to it. Decided I'd go check it out, and I'm glad I did. I really, really thought they did a good job with it, especially in the story department. They did a really good job tying it into the whole S.H.I.E.L.D. thing that they've been trying to tie all these films together with. With Agent Coulson, played by Clark Gregg. He makes an appearance, and he probably makes his most substantial appearance in this film based on the ones that he's made so far in the Iron Man films. And I think they do a good job in tying that in and really gets you kind of pumped up for the Avengers next year, which I'm really looking forward to seeing now. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Thor. If I had to do a rating, sometimes I forget to do the ratings and I get these comments, what would your rating be? I'd really have to say it's 7.5, I would give it. Some people think that's harsh, like if I really liked a movie, I'm supposed to give it a 10 off the bat. I've got to make some allowances. This is a comic book film. It's not high-grade, highbrow cinema by any stretch of the imagination, but it's damn enjoyable. So I'm not being that harsh on it. So I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. As always, feel free to comment, rate, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe. More movie reviews, music reviews, and video game reviews on the way. And hope to see you all real soon. So thanks again for watching, everybody. Bye.